Hello there, Tony Two Coats, top tip number 28, trying to deal with difficult areas to finish. You might find this surprising, but I'm going to use an art brush to do this little finishing job. A large decorator's brush is superb for many purposes, but for when you're finishing off a little tricky area like this, we're going to use something a little bit smaller, a bit more refined. So for this task I'm using and here it comes, it's emerging again, look, this little furry fellow, look at him, there he goes. It's a decorator's art brush. Okay, I'm just going down to get the paint. I never bring the paint to the job until the last minute, because I think the little bit of time, thinking time in between talking about a job and doing a job helps the performance. So dip that in there, make sure you got plenty on. There you go, plenty on. Up the stem preferably, because then it'll slide down, you don't have to reload the brush, you just, gravity will do its job, science will do its job, and you won't need to reload that brush, I promise you. Up we go. So it reminds me actually of my apprenticeship days, because a bit like the military, the Decorators Guild, of which I was a member and did most of my training before I went to the Watford University for Decorations and Home Enhancements, we used, it's got to go in, gravity didn't work that time, science didn't work that time at all. The chappie there, we used to call him the Brigadier, because what he did was, if we stepped out of line, if we didn't use decorator's cork properly, or we didn't use frog tape properly, that'd be top tip number 37 on the list, how do you properly use duct tape. We had to paint the entire wall, 10 metres by 15 metres, with an art brush. A little bit like the soul-destroying, spirit-killing machine brigadiers can be in their behaviour. But there we go. There's a purpose for it. You can't have indiscipline on a building site, and you can't have indiscipline in a war, because you have to do things you're told. And so that's when I built up the skills. I didn't think they'd be useful at the time. I thought it was slightly mad, but now I can see the point. So the toothbrush, clean out the toilet for the people in the army, and the art brush to paint a 10 metre by 15 metre wall is not as insane as it appeared at the time. Top tip number 28, how to get into a tricky corner using what can only be described as an art brush. Follow me on YouTube.